Shopping for your next drop bar road, gravel, endurance, all-road dream speed machine?
Oh yeah, that is exciting. I cannot
It all starts
wait.
with excitement.
Oh, yeah.
You start searching the internet, imagining all the fun you're going to be having, talking to this person, watching this review, reading this, visiting this bike shop. Next thing you know, all of those options are swirling around in your head, and that excitement quickly turns into overwhelm, which may walk you down the dread street of, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Am I just better off to keep my original bike and be happy?
I don't know if I can love you, but we could try.
Well, today, I want to share a better way with you. I want to share a system where you can identify what's important to you in your next bike, figure out how to find the right fit for you, take that information and go shopping in a very efficient way, and to end up with a bike that you love instead of like, what the heck did I do and why did I spend so much money on it? So let's get into it. My name is Grant. This is Elru Bike. Let's get a new bike. Like we said, it all starts with an idea. Maybe you've been riding all summer on a bike for the 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, and you're sick of it. You're tired of it. It's not pushing your buttons. It's too slow uphill. It's too slow downhill. Whatever the reason, you got a reason you want a new bike. So before the overwhelm sets in, let's save ourselves a lot of grief, headache, and despair. Let's get clear on exactly what it is we want. We're going to ask ourselves a few questions, and from those few questions and the answers we get, we're going to do two things. We're going to boil it down and summarize what it is we're after. What are the characteristics? What do we want it to do? What do we want the bike to have? How do we want it to feel? By the way, I'm going to include a PDF down in the description. You can download it and answer the questions all for yourself. It'll be slick and easy. Check out the description. You're going to answer maybe 10, 15 different questions and get a really clear understanding of what it is you want. Then you're going to summarize that. From that summary, you're going to create a 2 to 3 word, we're going to call it elevator pitch. I want a racy endurance bike. I want a light gravel speed machine. You get the point. That's really going to help narrow our focus and crystallize exactly what it is we're after. It's much easier to express, I'm after a racy endurance bike, than it is, hey, I'm after a bike that's comfortable but kind of fast, not too upright but not too down low. I want to really feel connected, but I also want to feel comfortable. That's nonsense, that's garbage. How are you going to find that? You're not. Elevator pitch is our goal from all of this. Now that you've got your elevator pitch, we can move on to the most important part. I don't know if you've already started shopping for a bike. Most websites of bike manufacturers will have a size. What size do I want? Well, you click on those buttons and there's a geometry chart. And maybe this is old hand to you, I don't know. But those numbers are quite confusing. Not only can they reference different points, but I mean, it is a sea of confusion, right? So here is where it definitely pays to enlist some professional help. And by professional, I mean a bike fitter. The good bike fitters will give you a pre-purchase bike fit service. What you do is you sign up for one and you go say, hey, independent of my current bike, what is my ideal setup? How do I fit my body? How does it fit and function most efficiently and is most comfortable on a bike? This will give you a starting point, and it will help you identify within a particular range those key geometry figures that really add up to how you interact with the bike. Stack, reach, blah, blah, blah. All of those things, you should end up with a range. I'm after 376 in my reach, for example. Well, as you begin to shop, you can quickly rule things in and out. Maybe I'm going to need a stem addition for this. Oh, it's got an integrated cockpit. That's going to be super expensive. This really makes that process helpful. So you're not just shopping around, wasting a bunch of time, you're informed. The whole point of all of these things is to not have buyer's remorse.
Why?
So where do you begin your search? Now we've got a few key pieces of information. We've got a very crystallized elevator pitch of what we're after. In my case, I'm after a racy endurance bike. I'm also now informed about what my geometry specs ideally are. I'm not the tallest person in the world. Do I need a medium? Do I need a small? Do I need an extra small? Wait a minute. This manufacturer uses numbers instead of letters. I don't care anymore because I know what my range is. So, based on that, I'm going to start searching racy endurance bikes, or I'm going to go out and talk to the local bike shop and say, hey, I'm looking for a racy endurance bike. What do you have that fits that bill? With my idealized set of geometry numbers, I can start comparing things. Okay, for example, is the tarmac a good choice for me? Yes, it is. Downside, integrated cockpit. Does it work without an expensive upgrade? No, it doesn't. Moving on, specialized Athos. That's a much better fit because it has an adjustable cockpit. That stays in. Moving on, how do you say that? Caravello? Soloist, is that a good fit? I don't know, the stack's a little low. Maybe that'll stay in the maybe column. You get the point, right? I'm going to start a yes, a maybe, and a moving on sort of a column from there. That will help me narrow things down. You may have noticed I haven't said anything about budget at this point. Obviously, that's something we all have to follow. But I think at this point, we're not there yet. What we're trying to identify is the ideal frame, the ideal size. Then things like wheels, all of the components, all of the touch points, those can be adjusted. Yes, you can purchase a pre-packaged sort of a bike, or you can go the frame build. You have a lot of different options within your budget. So in my opinion, budget is nice to be aware, but it's not one of those initial criteria you're using to shop with. All right, so now you've got yourself a list of, heck yeah, let's give these a shot. These are strong candidates. Yes, they fall within my budget. Yes, whatever, right? They're yeses. So now what do? Well, I'll tell you what you don't do is you don't just buy whatever's on sale. It's a gamble. And again, this is your money, do what you want. That's not what I'm going to do. What I'm recommending is you go test ride these bikes. If at all possible, demo them, rent them so you can spend more than a trip around the block with them, sort of a thing. Bike reviews are great, but everybody's got their own set of what's good, what's right, what's going on at that particular moment. So it's nice food for thought, but you really got to trust your own impressions on these things. And in my experience, one person's opinion doesn't usually match up mine when it comes to a bike. We're all so very unique. So next step, short list of yeses. Go out, test them, demo them, get your hands on them, at least sit on them in order for them to stay on that yes list and continue on to the next step. Last but not least, this is when you get into the brass tacks, the budget, the dollars and cents, the whatever currency you use. This is where you start haggling for price, start price shopping here, comparing there. Once you've got that down, let's say you have three. Let's say I'm choosing between the Tarmac, the Envy Melee, and the Soloist, just for an example, right? What build kit do I need to have and look for? Do these bikes come with the stock components that I need? Am I going to need to swap stuff out in order to get the right fit? Is anything on sale? This is where you can, I love this bike, but this one is $3,000 less. Do I really love this bike $3,000 more when this one's super close? That's when you can make those tough budgetary decisions. And if you don't care about money, just buy the one that you like the best. Buy the one that comes in the right best color. Whatever. It's your money, it's your bike. I dare fair to say that this may be the best way to choose a bike. Decide what you want. Go get a pre-purchased bike fitting from a professional. Take that information and see what in the real world may fit it. Go give yourself some time, some demos, some rentals, some whatever you actually need to put your hands on it. The whole goal of this is that you end up with a bike that you are so excited, you cannot wait for the day to start so you can sneak in a ride before work or sneak in a ride after work or whatever time that you have. Biking is awesome, but when you look forward to it and it's so exciting because you have something that you just love and it feels good and it just fits you, it just takes it to that whole nother level. So I hope this was helpful. Again, follow the stuff in the description for a PDF of the questions and you can see me work through it if that's helpful to you as well. So again, Grant, Elru Bike, Bye.